Hey guys, Coach Jorge here with the family, and today a little video lessons got to do with the job descriptions for the 4 positions of doubles players. Okay, so I think the best way to cover this is kind of take a little field trip here, and we'll talk about each of the positions. So let's start with, back here gals, the server's job. And by the way, if you're watching this on tennisdrills.tv, there's a print button. You can print this and get this sheet of paper that they're all written down for you. You can go over it with your partner or with your classes if you're a coach. So guys, the number one thing I have here is you got to call out the score. Okay, and I can't tell you how many times I watch junior tennis, high school tennis, no one calls a score, and inevitably there's a scoring dispute. So for sure, the number one job of the server is to announce the score, and I think that's important. The other thing in this category is you got to identify the returner's weakness. Okay, so if you're playing a 3-5 player, you're looking for that 3.0 shot inside that 3-5 player. Right, that's a super important thing. You should be able to communicate to your partner, your net guy, where you're going to serve. You're going to do that with signals or by verbal. You should be able to get to the service line for your first volley if you're going to be coming in. Not really back here, but try to get to here or just close to it. And ultimately, you want to make about 70% of your first serves. All right, so those are the job descriptions for the server. Now let's talk about this position, which is the server's partner. The server's partner, what I have written down here is that you have to be moving your feet before the serve happens. So we have the system of the zones, the 6 zones of the court, and basically you can think of it as if you chop this service box in half, this front half would be zone 1, closest to the net, and then back here would be zone 2, then behind us is 3 and 4. So I like to tell players that when you're playing this position properly, you start in zone 2 and you migrate into zone 1. All right, can't not tell you how many times people just take a stance in zone 1 or on the border or whatever, and they just stay there. That's the only, there's no movement, okay? So in tennis, you get to cheat a little bit. You don't have to start in the blocks like a track runner. You can be pre-moving, and that's an important skill. You also want to be moving around a lot and be active. You want to have the returner think that, wow, that person's in my way. You want them to kind of freak out a little bit. Now here's the big thing. If that return goes past you and you can no longer pick it off, you immediately have to drop back into this position and defend, because if they know what they're doing, their net guy is going to be up trying to pick off your guy, especially if your guy stayed back. So that's the beginning of what we call the doubles dance. The next one is if you do get a chance to volley, you got to be smart and volley close to close. That means the close guy through the net volleys through the close guy at the other side because he has less time. Right, that's a huge thing, and a lot of people don't quite get that. And then lastly, you can maybe help your partner choose a target. You know, as the match unfolds, you say, look, we got to go to this guy's backhand or forehand or whatever. So now that's their server and the server's partner. So now let's just stay over here, and now we're talking returner and returner's partner. So if I'm going to be the returner and I'm back here, the number one job I have is that you got to put the ball in play. I'd rather have it go and play easily to the net guy and have him hit a winner than just not put it in play. That's just a complete miss. You have to position yourself in a way that you're going to cover both angles. So also, you want to position yourself so that you get your favorite shot. If your forehand's a lot better than your backhand, then you need to know that. You got to position yourself accordingly. I want you to attack all second serves, but with your body, not necessarily with a giant stroke. But you're going to move in, attack it, and kind of take control of the net. Make sure that your second shot is a volley if you're trying to play aggressively, which I prefer. So after I hit a return, I'm going to come in, the next shot's a volley. If you're not going to play that style, that's fine, but that's my preferred way of coaching and teaching. And lastly, obviously, you're going to try to put the ball low, not high. If you hit the return super hard and it makes the server hit a volley right here, I think that's not a good return. You've got to try to get it deep. Now let's talk about this last position, the returner's partner. I think this is the special, most misunderstood area. The returner's partner, in my opinion, is the only person whose job is not predetermined. Pretty much all the rest of the people, before the point even starts, they know what their job is. My job, when I'm the returner's partner, I obviously got to call the ball out, I can help them, but I have to wait. I have to wait to see if the return goes to the net guy or to the baseline guy or the incoming server, because that determines my next move. I don't know what it is until I see the results of the return. Now, if the return is a bad return, it goes to the net guy, I'm going to stay here and protect myself, because if they're playing correctly, they're going to pick me off. But if that return goes across court to the guy who's back or a low volley for an incoming volleyer, then I'm going to release and I'm going to try to do my own damage. I call that the secondary poach. All right, so there's a quick rundown of all the 4 doubles positions. Go ahead and click the print button if you're watching this on tennisdrills.tv. It's super helpful to you. So gals, I know, Carly, my daughter here, I'm proud of her because she's a good doubles player. She is currently the most doubles wins in college history at Hope College, where she played and where I work. So we're proud of that. So thanks for checking out this game. Go ahead and hit the print button if you want to get the diagram. And thanks for checking out both of our websites, JORGECAPESTANY.com, our free website for players, and also tennisdrills.tv for coaches. If you happen to be watching this video on JORGECAPESTANY.com, please scroll down and leave us a comment, one way or the other. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, thumbs up, whatever. We just want to hear from you, and we love to hear your comments. If you leave a question, we'll make sure that we answer it in the comment section, and thanks for checking us out.